Hey everybody, welcome back to another Planet Showcase. Today I have got some pretty fun planets to show you, and as you can see to my right and left, two wormholes. Black holes. Same thing. And totally not the same thing at all. So this fun little guy right here is going to be the planet Vermilion. Now, Vermilion has quite the characteristic. So as you can see, it is indeed a water planet. It is made up... Oh, I went too fast. As you can see, it is made up of major canyons. This is kind of like a cool tiered planet for rovers and such. You can kind of find certain spots that are higher than the rest to make a base. And going around the planet, you'll also find more sinkholes and such with more water in them. Got a pretty cool looking sky. Quite a fan of it. Spots like this look pretty neat. If any of you guys are familiar with the Space Engineers server that I'm currently hosting, which the new series will be on since the Apex update broke the Raft World series, unfortunately. But I might be adding this one to said server, because I'm honestly really a big Whoop! I'm a big fan of this planet. Now, sadly, this is basically about all this planet has to offer. You'll find that there are some pretty large plains, and then in between, you will also see little dense forests. Not too large, but just enough to be kind of a cool addition. Kind of like this one right here. Not too big of a forest, but kind of a cool little patch of tree work. That is a tree! I'm having too much fun over here. I gotta get back to the showcase. Ah! Alright, so down the line from Vermilion, we have our next planet. Satrius, I think is how you say it. I'm not too sure. Now, this planet is quite neat. It is a desert planet. Mainly, all it is a desert planet, but it does have some pretty cool looking biomes. Oh, I didn't know we were taking this with us. That could be worse. I'm missing my entire front. So, as you can see, it is filled with a lot of dunes. We have got some red grass, little patches of red grass that are pretty cool. Let's just do a quick landing, you know. Just a nice and quick one there. There we go. Take that back. This is not grass. I'm blind. So these are going to be like little red salt plains, or, you know, dry areas that are scattered amongst the dunes. The atmosphere and the dunes, along with the red colors of this planet, man, just go together so well. You'll see that there's even custom particles and such. Really cool looking that you can see grains of dust just kind of flying everywhere. Another really nice attention to detail. I love when these planets do this. Now, let's go along this planet and take a little trip. Ah! Is there an indicator whenever we go off-road? Hold on. Oh, there is! Ah! You're somehow still okay. Maybe not for long. Ah, we're fine, we're fine. Well, I spoke way too soon. Uh-oh. So as you can see, some pretty nasty hills, which all the more better for some really cool little dune buggies. In the background, you can see one of the other kind of alternate biomes that pop up. I like the discoloration in the top parts of the sand. Almost kind of looks like a water buildup or something like that, as you can see. Pretty sure most of us know what wet sand looks like, but it's kind of what it's looking like. But from what I understand, the whole purpose of this planet is that, like, there's no water or anything. So you'll now see that we're coming across one of the first biomes. That is, like I said, scattered kind of around the area. Pretty cool, just nice diversity to it. I mean, the purple trees, the kind of tinted grass, along with the, you know, scattered sand bits in between, the rocky areas. It looks really nice. I'm a big fan of it. If you were in a plane like this, the areas up top, the kind of flat little hills, you know, make a nice spot to just kind of ground yourself. So this would be a pretty cool area for a runway. That's what I would use it for, at least. Having a cool little base all the way at the end down here. And the flaps didn't work. The flaps didn't work. The flaps didn't work. Why didn't they work? Well, there goes my propeller. I kind of needed that. This would be pretty cool in a world as like one of the smaller planets. Because the spots like this aren't too big. And for it to be a planet that doesn't really have a lot of water, like I said, it kind of makes sense for it to be smaller. So, I mean, I guess you could use this as a moon, or just kind of one of those out there in the system planets. All in all, it's got some pretty cool capabilities. I can definitely see myself making a base on a planet like this. That's the wrong way! Uh oh. Well, I guess you're flying around, you can just see the particles, the sand particles, just kind of whizzing past. Whoa! Oh, there's no gyroscopes on this. Not again! Uh oh. Can I do a front flip and land it? Nope. You got buggies that you want to use on this planet? Do yourself a favor. Definitely get a gyro. Yeah. Looks about right. I'm amazed at this thing's ability to scale up right. So our next planet, some of you can already see, looks a lot more mechanical than it does like an actual planet. And that would be because this isn't a planet at all. It's the damn Death Star. See it in all of its Death Star glory. Except for the giant circle in the middle. And this planet doesn't even have an atmosphere. Because, you know, I stand corrected. Evidently, it does have a very slightly red atmosphere. So for all you Star Wars fans, this is absolutely the perfect planet to recreate all of those wonderful scenes that you've envisioned. You can now finally become that proper X-Wing pilot that you always wanted to be. Like, the only thing that would beat this is if I had another enemy ship around here I could take out. Now, this planet does have some gravity, but it really doesn't have too much. And I wish there was, like, tunnels going through the planet. Honestly, that would make this so much cooler. It'd almost be like, you know, the tubes and everything that they had to go through. But, nah. Still pretty cool while it is. Yeah! Get some! But in all honesty, there's not too much going on with this planet. It's still really cool to just kind of fly around, you know, almost act like you're on the Death Star. But, anyway, yeah. That would be the Death Star planet. Now let's move on to the next one. So our next planet is going to be Miasma. This one is pretty cool. It is basically a very swampy planet, as you can tell from the name. It's got a pretty, oh, I thought it was going to be more foggy than this, but it's got green ice. It's supposed to be, you know, like algae-dense areas. It's got almost mushroom-looking spores coming out of the ground, which I didn't even know were on here. Oh, and, okay, we're about to crash, aren't we? Yep, we totally are. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Now, going across this area, you will see more of the actually swampy kind of area. Ah! Rendering this planet more the accurate name, Miasma. All in all, there's not really too much kind of going on with this planet. But, I mean, it still is a pretty cool planet to have in your solar system. More of a diversity versus the alien planet and such as that. Counter steer, counter steer, counter steer. Ah! That was a good run. Good run. One thing I did not notice was the flat top plateaus that they have going on up here. So, kind of a nice spot that's, you know, a separate look from the rest of it. Almost still just as swampy, but more green. A lot prettier versus the rest of them. This would be more of an area that you can actually have rovers on. Like I said, it's a lot flatter, much nicer to have rovers and such on. Kind of be a good area for a base. Almost kind of a cool spot for a landing pad to go off. Well, airstrip to go off. Very algae-dense look of the kind of ice areas is another really cool touch I like. Oh, I see they got the grass underneath to make it look more of like a spore. Well, that is super cool. I like that. Now, let's move on to the next planet. What am I looking at? So evidently, There's a phenomenon that I had no clue even happens on this planet. I just went under the ground. Of course I did. Whoa. I didn't know this happens. Let me double check just to make sure I didn't miss anything else. So I guess these are the spores. Dude, that is so cool. Like, I know this planet has willows and stuff like that, you know, kind of to mimic the atmosphere of kind of mimic the atmosphere of like a swampland and such. It's got some cool little outcrops, as you can see. But this I was not expecting. Wow. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. See, it's stretching everywhere. Now, for our next planet, if any of you have played Medieval Engineers, you're probably going to recognize this fairly quickly. I myself haven't, but this planet is from Keen Studios' first game along the Engineer series, Medieval Engineers. It's even got the clouds, it's got the sky, it's got the, you know, the biomes like it had originally, the roads going all in between. They've got the ice area going towards kind of the poles. So this is a really cool planet to kind of have rovers on, because like I said, the road is pretty flat. There shouldn't be any dips or anything like that. It's rover friendly. Now, once you get off the road, then the terrain's going to get a little bit hectic, as you can see from right up here. But as long as you were on the road, it should be pretty easy. Stop looking for 1 second! Oh, this is about right. So this would be a pretty cool planet for, you know, having like routine deliveries, having rovers on and such, which most of the planets we've shown so far can do pretty well with rovers. But this one almost seems like it's more specifically built for them, especially because the road is super flat. There's no bumps, there's no nothing on it. It's quite literally made to have rovers go through it. Honestly, this is definitely more of a scenic kind of road, as long as you don't veer off like I am. I mean, seriously, look at this. This is another one of the planets I'm genuinely contemplating adding to the server. It's like, it's even got a proper kind of fork in the road. And it's so smooth. Ortelius, or Ortelis, however you say it, that was the planet that I've done the raft series on. Now, that one did have roads on it, but they weren't near as smooth as this. One of the main reasons I want to add this to the server is because I would love to see people having actual, like, road networks using this system. So for those of you that are in the server and you would like to see this planet pop up, let me know. Honestly, I'm kind of looking for a reason to add it. And I don't think it's too big of a file, roughly around about 300, 400 megabytes. My truck. Just slowed that down with my body, just like Peter Parker. Call me Spider-Man. Huzzah! Alright, now, on to the next planet. Now, our next planet is called Crate. This one is kind of like the desert planet in the fact that it's more so ice than it is desert. As you can see, it's more of like an icy moon. Now, this planet is, like I said, pretty neat in the fact that it's like the other sandy, kind of dune-having planets, but this one's dunes are red. More so than sand, it is kind of like a frozen moon. Somehow still here. So really cool for those diverse kind of solar systems, you know. Planets that are more focused in certain areas. Now, this one also has custom trees, as you can see, as I'm about to run into one, which are very much frozen and spiky, which I find super cool. It's even got little thistle bushes, which have frozen over, as you can see. Now, as far as this planet goes, there is technically not too much to be seen. You kind of already seen everything that this planet has to offer in between its icy tundra areas and its little red dunes. But nonetheless, a nice looking planet with a very pretty cloud atmosphere. Clouds, you know what I meant. So, there is technically like 2 or 3 more things I can show you that this planet has some cool features with. First one we are coming up on is its very cool salt lake. Just a straight up humongous plain of salt. Now, coming up at the end of this giant plain, well, it continues on the other side, but on this side of it, you will find a enormous, well, apparently we're going down now, crater. Well, that's not good. There we go. That is fairly deep, as you can see. Going down, I'd say a good couple 100 meters. Oh, here it comes. Yep, that's making its way down. Oh, that's about to hit my face. Ah! Down at the bottom of this crater, you will find no hope. You're stuck. However, the farther you go across this giant, vast salt plain, you will find the other pretty cool feature that lies around the other side of this planet. The volcanic mound in question. A neat little spot, as you can see. Looked like it was once a volcano, but has now calmly kept itself dormant. So, that was great. Let's take a look at the next one, right in front of us. This beautiful ring planet is Aquarius. It is a water planet featuring not too many, but some icy islands. It doesn't really have any major continents that we can speak of, but kind of like the planet Typhoon, if you're familiar with it, it has various scattered icy little islands. So this is a pretty cool little planet, you know, just to have maybe even a raft start series of your own. But nonetheless, it is kind of a nice mixture of, as you can see, it has ice for its beaches, a lot of water, and a lot of snow. So it's a cool difference to Typhoon, which is mainly just desert and pretty green areas, but nonetheless all islands just kind of scattered. As for its ocean goes decently deep, as we are about to figure out firsthand. There it goes. This is terrifying. This is absolutely terrifying. I hate going deep into the oceans. I feel like something's gonna pop out of me. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, it's getting darker and it's even more terrifying. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh, stop it. Stop. 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 I don't like this anymore. I don't like this anymore. I don't like... Okay, alright, alright. Test proven. Test proven. It's deep. So, that's Aquarius. And on to our technically last planet, but we still have two more very exciting additions to show. This is Nivis. Nivis. No, however you want to say it. So this is another icy planet with custom weather of its own. So maybe another pretty fun planet to just kind of have your own little vehicles on. Why this is aerodynamic, I have no clue, probably because of the armor plates. But it features some pretty interesting custom formations. Like you can see right over here, we have some ice spikes just kind of popping out of the ground. We'll find those frequently dotted along the planet. There's quite a few craters and chasms, as we have just stumbled into. Oh. Ow. Yep. 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 Beautiful. Not a better spot to be than a giant freaking ice spike. So this was Nivis. Nivis. I still don't know how to pronounce it. So, that was all of the 8 planets along our nice little line here. Now, to move on to the 2 specialties we have. That is a very questionable position. Alright, I'm not keeping that on frame any longer than I have to. So, this is the black hole known as Terminus, featuring a humongous accretion disk and a almost kind of nice 3D look to it, as you will be stuck in between the layers whenever you go through. Now, from my I just got sucked in. I also got sucked in again. So, from my understanding, don't get too close, as you and your ship will get sucked in. Try this one out. Hey, where you going? Come back here. I don't know why you think you could just run off. How are you going so fast? It's going nowhere. Beautiful. Now we're being sucked in. Let's see how much damage it sustains. I really don't even know if I'm actually gonna take damage. Look at how fast the gravity is going up! Oh no. Oh no, this is so much faster. Uh-oh. Gravity hazard? You don't say. Dude, the gravity. Look at the gravity. Look at the gravity. What is happening? What is even happening? I don't know what's happening. Is this what it's like to be in a black hole? Oh, it's just slowly being ripped apart. What happened? Did it just spit us out? No, it didn't. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of scared. What is that? What is happening? Everything went offline. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, woo! It's just throwing me around inside of the black hole. Okay. Dude, the marker at the bottom is going crazy. So is my speed. It's throwing me back and forth. Holy cow, dude. We are going away fast. I'm just flying through entire asteroid fields. Every single block that went into that black hole has now just been crushed. The final black hole is going to be the Maelstrom black hole. This beauty does not feature as big of an accretion disk as Terminus, but in my opinion, the accretion disk is almost slightly cooler, although both have some really cool looking disks. This one is kind of more like a singular plane disk, as you can see. The Terminus one is a lot more 3D, but nonetheless, this one is still equally as cool. Now we can try to spawn something in and witness the glory of the black hole. Now we're being pulled in. Oh, you can see the gravity starting to go up even quicker and quicker by the second. This thing is going to be mush before long. See if we can get out of it. No, you can't. There, we have crossed the point of the event horizon. We cannot get out of this even if we want to. We are just going closer and closer to that black hole. Oh my gosh, the gravity is going up even quicker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna meet our maker. So we are looking this thing right in the eye. Again, look at the gravity. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Oh my gosh. I'm turning into a worm. Ah! Well, I'm now dying in the middle of a black hole. So, thank you all for enjoying. I hope you guys can look forward to the next showcase that we do. Probably another mod showcase, as I've done. This is going to be the second planet showcase. And I'm kind of running out of cool planets, but there are plenty more where this came from. Oh, yep. There we go. Now he's being sent across the cosmos again at supersonic speeds. Alrighty. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.